What is up, everybody? It is a Friday night at FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee. Your 3-5 Hornets are taking on the 5-3 Memphis Grizzlies on a Friday night, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Chris Verma here. Let's get straight to it. Your Hornets are 3-5. They're taking on the 5-3 Memphis Grizzlies. Your second game of November is tonight, as tip-off will be around 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time. So I can put that up right there. This game is going to be an absolute disaster for our Charlotte Hornets. This is actually going to be an absolute disaster. Oh my, I knew it. Breathe air. I got it for you, okay? All right. That was a dare. That was a dare. No comment. So your Charlotte Hornets are in absolute misery right now, as we were given news today that Gordon Hayward, after playing in the Bulls game on Wednesday, is out for this game with, I believe, a hamstring injury. I'll have to double check. And no, it was actually a shoulder injury. I was way off. Yeah, shoulder injury for Gordon Hayward. That leaves him sidelined. LaMelo Ball, who still has not played for the Hornets this season, is out once again. And Terry Rozier's been out for a little bit. Same with Cody Barton, who got injured in the first game of the season. So the Charlotte Hornets don't have their best three players. And they're about to take on the 5-3 Memphis Grizzlies. They've been red hot since last season. Ja Morant is averaging 31 points a game. The line on the game is Memphis by 11. I think we all knew that. They have not lost a home game this year and are currently fourth in the Western Conference. So this is not a gimme game for the Charlotte Hornets, as I feel like we're going to have to see a lot from guys like PJ Washington and Kelly Oubre without having our three stars in the game. I also expect to see a lot from Dennis Smith. I know he's been a star on the rise, maybe even a small stud for the Hornets, as we know that Terry Rozier has been out for a while. But it feels like Dennis Smith has done a good job for his position. Nick Richards started off the season very well, but ever since he's not been the same. He had 2 double-doubles to start the season for your Charlotte Hornets. And then ever since, he's just been so quiet. So he went back to being Nick Richards. As we are 15 minutes away from tip-off, so once again, I have it up here. 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time is your projected tip-off time. And the Charlotte Hornets leader in points is Gordon Hayward with only 17.4 points a game. Ja Morant at 31. That is outstanding. For the Memphis Grizzlies injury report, they only have one guy on here. That's Jaren Jackson Jr. They like to call him JJJ in Memphis. He will not be playing in tonight's game, which is honestly, Jaren Jackson Jr. is a very underrated player, in my opinion. So it's kind of sucks to not see him. I mean, the last time we saw him on the court. Oh, wait a minute. So apparently Jaren Jackson has been out for a while, because 4 months ago he had foot surgery and he would be out for 4 to 6 months. Oh, okay. So that means tonight he could have made his debut for the first time in a while, as he's been recovering in the offseason. But he still remains injured for the Grizzlies. It doesn't matter when you have a guy like Ja Morant. Then you also have key players like Desmond Bane and Dylan Brooks. Maybe even Tyus Jones. I know some people disagree with me, but I feel like Tyus Jones, point guard out of Duke University, won the national championship back in 2015 with the Blue Devils. I feel like Tyus Jones is also very underrated to the Grizzlies. He was a key piece. He was first drafted by the Timberwolves and then came to the Grizzlies. So I feel like Tyus Jones makes a big impact on this team as well. I know Ja Morant makes the main impact, but guys like Tyus Jones, Desmond Bane, who had a great season last year, I feel like this is his breakout year, and then Dylan Brooks for the Grizzlies. So according to ESPN Matchup Predictor, the Memphis Grizzlies have a 67.5% chance to win this game. That is not very looking. It's not what you want if you're the Hornets. I mean, did we expect this type of prediction? Yeah, I feel like the Grizzlies have an 80% chance. That's just me. The line on the game is Memphis by 11, so they're expecting this to be close to a blowout, which I feel like it's going to be, unfortunately. The money line is in the Grizzlies' favor at minus 650. Your Hornets at plus 460. And the capacity at the stadium at FedEx Forum is 18,400 people. If I look at the stands right now, they might be getting concessions because I'm watching on Bally Sports. I don't see a lot of fans. It's probably because they already know their team's going to win tonight, or they should win tonight. But can the Hornets, maybe they can put up a good fight tonight. This would be a huge comeback game if we are competing. Because I know there's been a lot of rumors that the Charlotte Hornets are not competing because you want to go out and get the projected number 1 pick and the greatest basketball player of all time, projected, out of high school, Victor Wembanyama, the French superstar. So if the Hornets are in that situation where they're tanking to get Wembanyama, the problem is, I just realized this a couple days ago, the Charlotte Hornets don't have a first-round pick for 2023. So they have less than a 5% chance. Actually, they have less than a 2% chance of getting Victor Wembanyama. The only way the Hornets can get Victor Wembanyama is one way, and that is trading for a first-round pick and then obviously getting a lottery spot. But I feel like it's already been confirmed that Victor Wembanyama is going to be the first pick of the draft. So the Hornets have to trade for a unprotected first-round pick. So not where that team's position ends up, but where their team ends up, where the Hornets end up. So they need an unprotected first-round pick from 2023. They need to play absolutely terrible for the rest of the season to higher up their lottery odds. And then, that's the thing about the NBA. It's a lottery. You expect to be in the top 3 because you are a bad team. But that does not mean 110% you're going to get the first pick. And this happened with the New York Knicks back in 2019 when the lookout was for Zion Williamson, the stud out of Duke University. And all the teams wanted Zion. The Knicks were had the worst record in the NBA, and they still got the 3rd pick in the draft. And the Pelicans got the first pick, so they were able to select Zion. And then with the 2nd pick, the Grizzlies took Ja Morant. RJ Barrett isn't bad, but I think the Knicks know that they'd rather have Ja Morant or Zion Williamson. So, anyways, it is exactly 8 p.m. Eastern time. So coverage has been underway in Bally Sports. It started about 30 minutes ago, but tip-off won't be for another 10 minutes. So we're going to go on break, and when we come back, your Charlotte Hornets are taking on the Memphis Grizzlies tonight at 8:10 p.m. Eastern time. As we wait for these next 10 minutes, we are going to go on commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue with the Carolina Cast pregame show. All right, welcome back to the Carolina Cast pregame show. We are still waiting for this game to tip off. It's going to be for another 7 minutes until tip-off happens. Until then, let's take a look around the league. The Cleveland Cavaliers lead the Detroit Pistons 53-37. There's under 3 minutes remaining in the first half in that game. With 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter, my Miami Heat are trailing right now. And as if some of y'all don't know, I am a Charlotte Hornets fan and a Miami Heat fan. But my Miami Heat are down by 9 right now, 52-43 to the Indiana Pacers. They have been off to a tough start of the season after making the Eastern Conference Finals last year. I think it's Jimmy Butler's dreads, but that just might be me. They are down by 9 with 3 minutes remaining till halftime, so hopefully we can turn that around. The New York Knicks lead the Philadelphia 76ers 49-48 with 2:30 to go in the first half. Obviously, the Sixers will not have James Harden for the next month after reports came out yesterday with that injury. And 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter, the Brooklyn Nets lead the Washington Wizards 56-54, actually make it 58-54. We know that the Nets fired Steve Nash this Tuesday, and Kyrie Irving got banned, or he got suspended yesterday for 5 games. So tomorrow the Hornets play again at the Spectrum Center. We actually play the Nets, and they're not going to have Steve Nash or Kyrie Irving for that game. So the Hornets do have a little advantage going to tomorrow's game. They'll still have to face up Kevin Durant. I don't think we're very scared of Ben Simmons. And then in the first quarter, this game is on ESPN, not sponsored. The Chicago Bulls lead the Boston Celtics 27-19. As we know that Ime Udoka, who's already been suspended by the Celtics organization, is the leading candidate to become the Brooklyn Nets head coach. As we know, Udoka, he got suspended by the Boston Celtics. It was not by the NBA. So if the Nets were to hire Udoka, he could immediately become the head coach of the team. And some other games tonight at 8 p.m. as well as our game. Some of the games tipping off around our time. The LA Clippers are in San Antonio taking on the Spurs. The Raptors at 8:30 are taking on the Mavericks. The Warriors at 8:30, who are 3-6. Man, the Hornets win against them was huge. Are taking on the 4-3 Pelicans. And the undefeated Milwaukee Bucks are taking on the 4-4 Minnesota Timberwolves at 10 p.m. And the Portland Trailblazers are taking on the Phoenix Suns at 10 o'clock. And then at 10:30, the Jazz are taking on the 2-5 Lakers. Hey, I'll just say it. At least the Hornets have a better record than the Lakers, man. That's all I need to say. We have a better record than the Lakers, than the Warriors. That's all I need to say. Like, just to have a better record than Steph Curry and LeBron James, that's pretty good. So it is just about time for tip-off. It is 8:06 p.m. Eastern time. Game tips off in 4 minutes. Your Charlotte Hornets are taking on the Memphis Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. This is a big game for the Hornets. If we are competing, then this will be a huge game to go on and get, as on Bally Sports, we're seeing that some of the Charlotte Hornets players are actually in Concord, North Carolina, which is 50 minutes from where I am. It's north of uptown Charlotte, as they're at a NASCAR station. I know that NASCAR driving is big here in Charlotte, and the Charlotte Motor Speedway is actually located in Concord. So we can see PJ Washington's there. That's cool. Sure, yeah, I think that's PJ Washington. That's pretty cool. So Hornets players hanging out in different areas too. That's cool. It's good to see. Oh, it's JT Thor. Okay, that's what I thought. I was going to say JT Thor. I'm not trying to be smart mouth though. I was going to say JT Thor. I just was not 100% sure, because it also kind of looked like Mark Williams. They both have a very similar haircut. So the Hornets have their own real access thing. We can watch on the Hornets.com. These Hornets, they love wearing those purple jerseys. I don't know what they're going to wear tonight. They've always been wearing those purple jerseys. As tip-off is next. When we come back, we're going to go on commercial break. And when we come back, your Charlotte Hornets are taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. in a big-time Friday night showdown. We'll be back after this. All right, we are back, and it is time for tip-off at the FedEx Forum. Your Charlotte Hornets are taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's get straight to it. We're looking at Dennis Smith Jr. for the Charlotte Hornets, and I hope they show the starting lineups, maybe. Dennis Smith obviously taking Terry Rozier's spot. We're taking a look at Kelly Oubre and Dylan Brooks. And we are just about set for tip-off. This is, if the Hornets are competing, this is a huge game. If they are not, then I'm just broadcasting this because I want to talk to y'all. So here we go. Mason Plumlee and Steven Adams will go for it on the tip-off. The Hornets are going to lose the tip-off. That's unfortunately how the game starts, and we're underway from the FedEx Forum. As they'll start the game off with Desmond Bane. Jalen McDaniels is taking Gordon Hayward's spot tonight. Bane, 2-point jumper. He missed it. Rebound, Steven Adams of the Grizzlies. And here's Ja Morant. This man is starting to own the NBA with his dunks. Let's see if he can get a highlight one tonight. Into Steven Adams. 4 on the shot clock. Adams, and he's got the layup. So the Grizzlies take an early 2-0 lead. Hi, Durham. Plumlee wants help from somebody. Now he's just going to take it himself. I really want to see Mason Plumlee do a shot. Oh, he almost did a shot. Jalen McDaniels, a 3, in and out. I mean, I don't think Gordon Hayward would have done any better. But that was a good shot by McDaniels. Just couldn't get it to go. Here's Morant on the drive. An outstanding pass straight to the Charlotte Hornets. In transition, Mason Plumlee takes the contact himself. And your Hornets are on the board. Mason Plumlee with the layup. And we are tied at 2. As Desmond Bane is bringing up the ball for the Grizzlies. I'm surprised they're not letting Ja Morant run the point. Okay. Bane, and it's stolen by Mason Plumlee. This man is a point guard. Plumlee, oh, never mind. Plumlee completely missed the layup. In the corner, a 3 for the Grizzlies. Missed it. Rebound, Steven Adams goes up with it, and he lays it in. So Steven Adams has all 4 points for the Grizzlies as they take a 2-point lead. Kelly Oubre in trouble. Shot will not go in and out. But he will go to the free throw line. That is unfortunate. So keys to today's game is to be even in the paint. We know that's not out to a good start so far. I mean, all the points of this game have been in the paint, including the Charlotte Hornets. Just Steven Adams has been owning us inside the paint. Oubre's first free throw is good. So Charlotte, in their first free throw of the game, nails it. This is Oubre. Can tie the game at the line right here. If not, the Hornets will remain down by 1 pending the rebound. Oubre on the second free throw, and he drills that one too. So we are tied. Kelly Oubre goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 10 minutes to go in this first quarter, only 2 minutes in. Ja Morant brings up the ball, gets plenty of room. Morant straight to the rim. He misses the shot, and a rebound by Plumlee. Here's Dennis Smith. He has the ball for the first time this game. Gives it up. PJ Washington, a 3. Misses, and a rebound by Steven Adams. Ja Morant is now running the point guard position for the Grizzlies. Under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Dillon Brooks, and he buries a top-of-the-key 3. The Grizzlies take a 3-point lead with a Dillon Brooks shot from beyond the arc. Dennis Smith's pass goes off of Grizzlies defenders and into the hands of Steven Adams, and Desmond Bane brings up the ball. Kelly Oubre defending. Adams trying to give it to a cutting Bane, but cannot. Now he tries to give it up. He gives it up. This is a 2-point shot, and it is drilled for the Memphis Grizzlies. That is Santi Aldama, the rookie out of Loyola, Chicago. And the Grizzlies go up by 5. So this game is already getting out of reach. We saw the Mason Plumlee jump shot. That was ugly. Kelly Oubre does not put enough power in the rebound, and then he fouls Aldama. It's not the smartest play by Kelly Oubre. He's got to go for the rebound. I don't know what he's doing under the paint. So it's Grizzlies basketball. They lead by 5 already, as the Hornets defense is off to their lame old start. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ja Morant with the ball, gives it to Brooks, back to Morant. Dillon Brooks, he's made 1 3, and he goes 2 for 2. He hits another. And the Grizzlies, this game just started, and they're already pulling away early. Grizzlies up by 8. Steve Clifford does not want to call timeout early in this game. Kelly Oubre fakes a 3 on the drive. Euro step gets rejected at the rim. PJ Washington, second chance jumper, misses, and a rebound by Steven Adams. Here come the Grizzlies in transition. Ja Morant slows it down, now drives. Morant, an outstanding pass to Aldama. He fakes out Kelly Oubre, and he slams it down all over the Charlotte Hornets. And it's now a double-digit lead for the Grizzlies, as Steve Clifford is now going to call timeout. Your Charlotte Hornets are off to a horrendous start to the Memphis Grizzlies. 14-4 is your score. Let's see if they can turn it around. When we come back, you're watching live on the Carolina Cast. All right, welcome back to the game. Your Hornets are down by 10 with just under 8 minutes to go. As Kelly Oubre to inbound. He gives it to Dennis Smith. Smith gives it to Plumlee. Mason Plumlee to Oubre. Kelly Oubre inside to PJ Washington. Washington looking for help, gives it to McDaniels. Jalen McDaniels makes a nice move and gives it back to Washington, but the play is called dead. The Grizzlies are on a 10-0 run for the past 100 seconds. That's going to need to change if the Hornets want to win this game. This is already not looking good for them. Morant has it for the Grizzlies. Asks for a screen by Steven Adams. Gets another one. Morant floater off the mark, and Steven Adams gets the rebound. Aldama, a three in the corner, misses, and a rebound by Mason Plumlee. Here come the Hornets, up ahead to Washington. PJ, this could be a highlight reel. He gets fouled by Aldama, and PJ Washington will go to the free throw line for your Hornets. Can we keep it clean in the comment section? I know you're a Grizzlies fan. Just keep it clean in the comment section, please. 10-point lead for the Grizzlies, as PJ Washington will go to the free throw line. Washington on the first free throw, and he's going to make it a single-digit deficit for the Hornets. PJ Washington makes the first free throw. Okay, sorry about that. My mom came in. John Morant brings up the ball for the Grizzlies as PJ Washington goes 2 for 2. I'm going to need to fix that. My bad, everybody. Morant, he made a nice move on Dennis Smith, but it's stolen by Kelly Oubre. Oubre takes it himself, Euro step, and another foul is called. So the Hornets' strategy is to get to the free throw line. So they want to get to the line, it looks like. Charlotte's going all in on the free throw line. And Kelly Oubre with the Euro step. And he just goes off the rim, and he will go to the free throw line. For his second time today, Oubre hits the first free throw. And we got a football score, 14-7, here at the FedEx Forum. Oubre misses the second free throw. Rebound Aldama. And the Grizzlies bring it up here. Desmond Bane has it. Defended by Jalen McDaniels. Steven Adams trying to find somebody. Gives it to a cutting Bane who lost the ball, but it ends up in the hands of the Grizzlies. And John Morant barely misses a highlight reel dunk. But Aldama saves him with a three. And the Grizzlies go back up by 10. This is so humiliating to watch the Hornets right now. Dennis Smith gives it to Oubre. Kelly back to Smith. Dennis Smith on the drive trying to go over Steven Adams and gets rejected. Adams brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. Aldama gives it back to Adams. Now who gives it to Dylan Brooks? Dylan Brooks inside the paint, going all the way, and he lays it in. As the Hornets are playing terrible offense and defense. This game's already a blowout. Jalen McDaniels has the ball. Dylan Brooks has 8 points for the Grizzlies. Kelly Oubre, and the three is called off. I don't know what the Hornets are doing wrong, but it's something wrong at this point. There's something at this point. Oh, man. So disappointing. John Morant brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. Dennis Smith defending. He gives it up, and here's Brooks again. John Morant on the drive, going all the way, and it goes. No foul called, and we are back to another football score, 21-7. Mason Plumlee kicks it out. Jalen McDaniels gives it to JT Thor, who just checked into the game, and now it's going to the Grizzlies for some reason. I don't know what to do. Hornets have 4 turnovers here in the first quarter. I just don't know what to do, bro. As we have 2 new players in for the Grizzlies, and David Roddy, I believe. Yes, David Roddy, the rookie out of Colorado State, and John Concar, I don't even know how to say that name, out of Purdue Fort Wayne. As we're looking at David Roddy, he's a freshman. Morant is at the free throw line. He hits the first one. This game isn't even close. Not even close. As the Grizzlies go 2 for 2 at the line. So now it's 24-7. Kelly Oubre, top of the key 3, and he drills it from beyond the arc. As that's one of the Hornets' best plays of the game so far. Cam Newton does not want to see the scoreboard. I don't either, so somebody please score. I do not want to see 24-10. It reminds me of Super Bowl 50. Morant on the drive. Kicks it out. Dylan Brooks wide open for 3, and he will change the scoreboard from beyond the arc in the corner. Dylan Brooks catching fire, and the Grizzlies are up by 17, and we're literally in the first quarter. Oubre, 2-point jumper. Missed it. Rebound Mason Plumlee. Kicks it back out. Dennis Smith steps into a 3, and he drills it from downtown. Dennis Smith, a 3-pointer. And it's back to a 14-point lead for the Grizzlies. Morant, 4:30 to go in the first quarter. John Morant, screen set by Steven Adams. Morant going all the way. Kicks it back out. Dylan Brooks is wide open, and he hits another 3. Dylan Brooks is getting wide open on every single play, and the Hornets are not making any adjustments. This is really starting to get on my nerves. Dylan Brooks already has 14 points in the first quarter. He has more points than the Charlotte Hornets do right now. Plumlee. Oh, God, we saw the ugly jump shot, but he made the shot. Okay. Okay, Mason Plumlee. I see you. 15-point game. Plumlee has 4 points for the Hornets. Under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Grizzlies already up by 15. They're looking to add on to that. John Morant, screened by Steven Adams. In the paint, Morant float game, missed it, and then Steven Adams gets the rebound and slams it down all over the Charlotte Hornets. Back to a 17-point game, and Steve Clifford calls timeout once again. Your Charlotte Hornets are playing terrible. They're down by 17 with 3:30 to go in the first quarter. When we come back, can the Hornets at least do something on offense or defense? We'll find out after this. All right, we are back on the Carolina cast. Your Hornets are down by 17. I'm trying to eat dinner. I mean, I don't think anybody else wants to watch this game right now, especially if you're a Hornets fan. Like, this is just an absolute blowout. Well, Dylan Brooks averages 14 points a game, and we're in the first quarter. He already has 14 points. Kelly Oubre hits the 2-point jump shot at the free throw line. Okay, Kelly. As the Hornets now decided to play basketball. Tyus Jones checks into the game. As Jones' play is called dead, he was trying to give it to Brandon Clark, who also checked in the game. But the game gets stopped over something. As the camera angle's looking at JT Thor, I don't know what they want from JT Thor. The Grizzlies just got an extra point for some reason. I don't know why. Tyus Jones gives it to John Morant. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Morant on the drive, and he scores at the rim. This is absolutely... Oh, man. Oubre in trouble, gives it to Thor. Kicks it back out. Theo Maledon checks into the game. Goes, gives it to Nick Richards, who also just checked into the game, and it's stolen by Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones inside Brandon Clark, and he scores over JT Thor. So it is officially a 20-point game, and we're literally in the first quarter. James Bouknight gives it to JT Thor. Richards to Bouknight on the drive. James Bouknight, and he's got the 2-pointer to go. He's faking everybody out, and Bouknight scores. 37-19 is your score. Morant double guarded, then gives it to Brandon Clark, who gets fouled, and Clark is going to go to the free throw line as the Hornets give up another foul. Well, tomorrow night, I believe around 7, I think, yes, 7, your Charlotte Hornets are taking on the Brooklyn Nets. As I'm unsure if we will have a stream tomorrow, so please stay tuned for that. I'll post some things in community on YouTube. And if you're watching on Twitch, please feel free to check out the YouTube channel because we have most of our stuff being posted there. Brandon Clark goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line, and it's a 20-point game once again. So here's Theo Maledon. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Maledon gives it to Washington. PJ, back to Maledon. That's a 3, and he missed it. And the play's called dead. It's going to go back to the Grizzlies. Theo Maledon took a 3. That was not able to work out. The Hornets have 5 turnovers in the first quarter. It's atrocious, and we're already down by 20. The Grizzlies have already scored 39 points. The Hornets have only been able to put up 19. Bane gives it to Clark. They give it back to Bane. Desmond Bane, a 3. Missed it. Rebound, Nick Richards. Washington, 2-point jumper. Left it short. Rebound, Tyus Jones. 90 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Desmond Bane on the drive. Nobody's home. He misses the dunk. But the play is ruled down before the Desmond Bane dunk. So it won't even matter. All right. So Theo Maledon brings up the ball for the Hornets. Now we have 80 seconds remaining in the first quarter. JT Thor inside to PJ Washington. Washington holding on to the ball, looking for something, gives it to Maledon. Theo Maledon, screen, a 3, and he's got it. From beyond the arc, that's Theo Maledon with the 3. And the Hornets have made it a 17-point deficit. Desmond Bane gives it to Brandon Clark. Tyus Jones on the drive. It goes off the rim and in. As they actually take a point away from the Hornets. They said that was a 2-pointer by Theo Maledon. So it's now a 20-point game. Bouknight gives it to Maledon. Back to Bouknight on the drive. James Bouknight inside Nick Richards, and he gets fouled with 42.9 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So Nick Richards will go to the free throw line for the Hornets. I mean, if he had some room, he was probably going to dish it out to JT Thor, who had a wide open corner three. There were 4 defenders on him inside the paint. Nick Richards takes the contact, and that's what puts him at the free throw line. Nick Richards on the first free throw, and he gets it to go. So the Hornets now have 22 points. And it is a 19-point deficit. Nick Richards can make that 18 with this second free throw right here. As we are approaching the end of the first quarter, it's been nothing fun to watch as a Charlotte Hornet fan. Richards, he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And the Hornets are down by 18. Grizzlies bringing up the ball. Here's Tyus Jones. Under 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. A three-pointer off the mark and a rebound by James Bouknight. Here come the Hornets. Bouknight goes off of a defender's hands back into his. Gets a screen by Richards. They switch. Brandon Clark defending. JT Thor on the drive. Thor, and he tried to get contact on the dunk. He won't get it. Play goes along. Grizzlies holding on to it. 10 seconds. They're holding it for the final shot. No foul call. Tyus Jones has the ball. Screen by Brandon Clark. Jones fakes out the three. 3 at the buzzer, and it is an air ball. PJ Washington has the rebound, and that is the end of the first quarter. Your Charlotte Hornets are already down big to the Memphis Grizzlies. This is an absolute blowout. Your Charlotte Hornets are down 41-23 is your score at the end of the first quarter. When we come back, we'll take a first quarter stat break, and then we will continue with the game. Your Hornets down by 18. We'll be back on the Carolina Cast. We are back to start the second quarter. Your Charlotte Hornets are down by 18. PJ Washington will inbound it for the Hornets. Here we go. And they gave the Hornets another point back. I don't know what it is. I think they've had to keep reviewing that Theo Maledon score. Bryce McGowens is in the game for the Charlotte Hornets. We saw him a lot in the Summer League this year. Dennis Smith brings out the ball for your Hornets. Smith gives it back to Washington. PJ trying to give it to James Bouknight, and he does. Bouknight kicks it out to Dennis Smith. Smith on the drive. Inside Richards, and he slams it down. A nice pick and roll play for the Hornets. Nick Richards finishes it off with a dunk. And they cut the deficit to 15. Tyus Jones gives it up. And Aldama on the drive lost it. Bouknight takes it away. James Bouknight lays it in. And the Hornets are making a mini comeback right here. It is now the Hornets to find themselves down by 13. They are not backing down. And an immediate timeout is called by the Grizzlies that they do not want to force any type of comeback for the Hornets. 41-28 is your score. We will be back after this. All right, we are back as the Hornets are only down by 13. Let's see if they can get themselves back in this game. Tyus Jones has the ball. They give it out in the corner, and it's back with Tyus Jones. Jones, plenty of room to work. Goes over Dennis Smith, and he's got the shot to go. The floater by Tyus Jones. And here's Dennis Smith. Tyus Jones has 5 points for the Grizzlies. Washington trying to go over Clark. Gets rejected, but a foul is called by Brandon Clark and is going to send PJ Washington to the free throw line. As your Hornets are now down by 15, Washington can cut that down to 13 again. So here's PJ at the line for your Hornets. Here he comes on the first free throw. Make it a 14-point deficit right here. PJ Washington, his first free throw is good. Makes it 43-29. If you are watching on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe for exclusive content on the Charlotte Hornets and the Carolina Panthers. And if you are watching on Twitch, please feel free to follow us for each and every live stream of the Charlotte Hornets and the Carolina Panthers. PJ Washington goes 2 for 2 at the line. It is a 13-point lead for the Grizzlies. Tyus Jones on the drive. He's got the float game going. He gets another one to go, and it's back to a 15-point game as the Hornets defense cannot keep up. They fire it the other way. A three-pointer is off, and a rebound. As here's Brandon Clark, gives it to Desmond Bane. Bane picks up his dribble, and he lays it in. What a play by Desmond Bane. And it's now a 17-point lead for the Grizzlies as they're pulling away once again. Dennis Smith, Tyus Jones defending. Smith gets some help. On the drive, picks up his dribble, floats it over Brandon Clark. It won't go. Put back, Nick Richards gets rejected. And a rebound for the Grizzlies. Brandon Clark on the drive, gets plenty of space over PJ Washington, falls short, but a foul is called on Washington as it looked like Brandon Clark did very well in his acting sessions as he just fakes it as he falls to the ground. But the refs still call it, and it's going to send Brandon Clark to the free throw line. I did not think that was a foul. I completely agree with PJ, but it doesn't matter. We're already down by 17. And Brandon Clark's job is to make that higher as he hits the first free throw. And it is now an 18-point lead for the Grizzlies. As we still have under 10 minutes remaining in the first half, we're nowhere close to halftime, and the Grizzlies already have 48 points. Brandon Clark goes 2 for 2. The camera angle was on Desmond Bane. It got me confused. Dennis Smith brings up the ball. Tyus Jones defending. Into PJ Washington. Washington wants some help here. Might have to go to work himself. He does. PJ, 20-foot jumper off the mark and a rebound by Jake Love. Oh, I can't even say the last name. I'm not going to try. That'd be rude if I get it wrong. Tyus Jones, defended by Smith. Here's Jake. Fakes out Bryce McGowan's. Now on the drive. Tyus Jones, 2-point jumper, and it goes in and out. And a rebound by Dennis Smith and the Hornets. 9 minutes to go in the first half. Smith on the drive. Kicks it out. Bryce McGowan's a corner three. And he drills it. That's Bryce McGowan's first points of his NBA career as he buries a corner three. Brandon Clark lost the ball and it's stolen. Here come the Hornets. Transition. Book night. Oh, he fakes the pass behind the back and lays it in. What a play by James Bouknight. As that is in the highlight reel for the Hornets. As they're down by 14, Tyus Jones brings up the ball here. 8:30 to go in the first half. Jones tries to give it to Desmond Bane and still gives it to Brandon Clark. Now he gives it to Bane. Bane kicks it out. Tyus Jones is wide open for a corner three, but the play is stopped. As we'll go back to that corner three, Bryce McGowan's, his first points of his young NBA career come on a corner three. Then James Bouknight with the steal and fakes the behind-the-back pass to PJ Washington and lays it in to make it a 14-point deficit for the Hornets. As Bouknight already has 6 points, 3 for 3 shooting for the 8 minutes he's been in the game. Tyus Jones has it for the Grizzlies. Jones, Dennis Smith defending, gives it to Desmond Bane. Tyus Jones open for a three, missed it, and a rebound by JT Thor. And the Hornets can put themselves back in the game with a score here. Smith gives it to Thor. JT Thor wants some help, puts it in. Nick Richards, and lost the ball. No foul is called. And here come the Grizzlies in transition. Jake gives it to Jones. Tyus Jones back to Jake. Under 8 minutes to go. Desmond Bane goes up with it and gets rejected by Nick Richards. Great defense by the Hornets, and Brandon Clark is called for a loose ball foul. So it's going to be Hornets basketball. As Nick Richards fighting for the rebound. See this last play. I let it look like a clean block on Nick Richards. Of course, I'd want that to be a foul, but that was a clean block. That's a good call by the refs. So the Hornets have the ball here with under 8 minutes remaining in the first half, trailing by 14. They can cut that right here on this possession. Dennis Smith on the drive. Kicks it out, tries to kick it out to Bryce McGowan's, but it gets taken away. And here come the Grizzlies. 7:30 to go in the first half. Bryce McGowan's defending on Jake. Lost the ball and it's stolen by the Hornets. Dennis Smith up ahead. and he lays it in. And it is now a 12-point game. Dennis Smith gets ahead of Desmond Bane, as the Grizzlies now have more turnovers than the Hornets. Grizzlies with 7, Hornets with 6. Desmond Bane on the drive, and a foul is called on Bryce McGowens as he was trying to get back to Desmond Bane, and he hit Brandon Clark. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jalen McDaniels is coming into the game for Bryce McGowens, as McGowens is able to get his first career points of his NBA career, so I know everybody on the sideline is proud of him and feel good for him. Tyus Jones, floater, and he's got it again. Tyus Jones is playing very well for the Grizzlies right now. 51-37 is your score. Under 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Dennis Smith has it for the Hornets on the drive. Smith going all the way, and it goes off of Nick Richards' hands into the hands of James Bouknight, and James Bouknight puts it in the rim. A dunk, and it is now back to a 12-point deficit. Bane the other way, and shot goes over JT Thor, as score keeps going back and forth with 12-point leads and 14-point leads for the Grizzlies. Dennis Smith, a three, misses, and a rebound by Desmond Bane. JT Thor defending. Bane trying to go all the way, and he left it just short. Rebound by Nick Richards, and he gives the ball to JT Thor, who will now give it to Dennis Smith. We are halfway through the second quarter. Your Hornets trail 53-39 is your score. That is a bad pass, as Dennis Smith is trying to get it to JT Thor. That goes off of his hands, and it's going to stay with, or it's going to go away from the Hornets. It's James Bouknight. He had to step up on that play. Nick Richards was supposed to make the catch and lay it in, but it went off of his fingertips into the hands of Bouknight, and he makes the dunk as he goes to the sideline. He'll sit down. The Hornets being down by 14 is not very fun to watch, as we have hit the 1 hour mark on the stream. As if you are watching on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe for exclusive content on the Charlotte Hornets and the Carolina Panthers. And if you are watching on Twitch, please feel free to follow us for each and every live stream of the Hornets and the Panthers. JT Thor misses a three, and a rebound by Jake, who gives it up. A float game and a dunk by Steven Adams off of the alley-oop. And the Grizzlies now have a 16-point lead on the Charlotte Hornets. 5:30 to go in the first half. Steven Adams has 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists for the Grizzlies. Dennis Smith holding onto the ball. John Moran is back in the game, and he's defending. Kelly Oubre fakes out Dylan Brooks, now steps into a top-of-the-key three, and he's got it. Kelly Oubre with the range, and the Hornets are now down by 13. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Kelly Oubre has 11 points for the Hornets. He's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. Dylan Brooks, he's been hot this entire game. He airballs a three. No foul is called, and Dylan Brooks has to get back up and play defense, as Dennis Smith gets past John Morant, up under, but he left it short, and a foul is called, which is going to send Dennis Smith to the free throw line. And with under 5 minutes to go, your Hornets down by 13. Dennis Smith can cut that deficit at the line, as I don't really see where the foul is. But, I mean, I'll take it as free points. So Dennis Smith to shoot free throws for the Hornets. I feel like the Grizzlies are going to get that back somehow, some way, if that still counts as free throws for the Hornets. Dennis Smith at the line for Charlotte. And it doesn't even matter because he misses the first free throw. PJ Washington is back in the game for the Hornets. As here comes the second free throw by Dennis Smith. Second free throw. And Smith goes 1 for 2 at the line. It's a 12-point lead for the Grizzlies. Hornets are 10 for 12 at the line today, as John Morant steps into a three over McDaniels, and he drills it. That is a big mistake by the Hornets for not stepping up on John Morant in time, and he takes advantage with the three-pointer. 4:30 to go before halftime. Kelly Oubre fakes, now puts up the three. Missed it, and a rebound by Steven Adams. John Morant brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. Morant, another top of the key three, left that one short. They give it right back to Morant. Ja on the drive, lost the ball, goes off of his hands, and is a turnover, so it's going to be Hornets basketball. As it went off the hands of Ja Morant. Theo Maledon is in the game for the Hornets. And taking a look at Ja Morant after that play, he tried to go all the way with it, but lost possession of the ball and went out of bounds. Here's McDaniels, gives it to PJ Washington, who almost lost the ball. McDaniels, that's a big three, but it's way short, and a rebound by Ja Morant. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half, your Charlotte Hornets trail the Memphis Grizzlies 58-43 is your score. Morant, he gets rejected by PJ Washington, but the play is called dead. So it's going to send Ja Morant to the free throw line. It's kind of unfortunate. They tried to play clean defense. That didn't work out. So Morant at the line. We've now taken a commercial break in the while because this game's been so ongoing. So here comes Morant at the free throw line for the Grizzlies. Ja Morant, he can get the Grizzlies at the 60-point mark before halftime by making both of these free throws. So here's Morant on the first one. Ja Morant hits the first free throw. After these 3 minutes and 50 seconds, we will have halftime, and we will have a halftime show on the Carolina Cast. So once the players head to the locker rooms, please stay tuned on here as we will have a halftime show. Ja Morant goes 2 for 2. But stay tuned for the halftime show. We'll talk about all the stats and takeaways from the first half of this game. Mason Plumlee gives it to McDaniels. PJ Washington fakes out a three. No look pass. McDaniels got a three. Misses, and a rebound by Ja Morant. Mason Plumlee tries to steal. That does not work. Morant on the drive. Lost the ball again. But they said it barely went off of Mason Plumlee's hands, and it's going to stay with the Grizzlies. So look at it again. I don't think it went off of Mason Plumlee's hands, but okay. It's not like it matters for the Hornets. They're already down by 17. Steven Adams, inside feed to Dylan Brooks. He's in trouble. Brooks backing down on Oubre. 2-point jumper won't go. Rebound, Steven Adams. Well, that won't go. Gets the rebound in front of 4 Hornets defenders and then gets fouled. As Charlotte just cannot get the rebound, Steven Adams is making them pay for it, and now he's going to go to the free throw line. 3:11 remaining in the first half. As that is bad defense by the Hornets. You have 4 defenders inside the paint, and you still cannot grab a rebound. Adams, he misses the first free throw. So it remains a 17-point lead for the Grizzlies. Here comes Steven Adams on the second one. He can make it an 18-point game. So everybody refers to him as Aquaman. He looks like Aquaman. Everybody moved before he shot it, but the refs did not call anything. I thought everybody was moving. Won't matter. Adams makes the free throw. 61-43 is your score. Tyus Jones, we were just checking out his stat line. He's got 9 points in this game. Kelly Oubre misses the layup. A nice pass back by Mason Plumlee. Plumlee fakes the pass to Maledon. Instead gives it to McDaniels, and that's not going to work. It goes out of bounds. And under 3 minutes to go, it's going to be Grizzlies basketball once again. And we finally are going to go on commercial break as a timeout is taken. Your Charlotte Hornets trail the Memphis Grizzlies 61-43 is your score. We will be back after this. right, welcome back to the Carolina Cast. Your Hornets are down by 18 as it's been a rough game for Charlotte. We're going to see how they can finish up the first half before we head into halftime, and we will have a Carolina Cast halftime show, so please stay tuned for that. Until then, we still got to finish off the first half as 2:29 remaining in the first half. Let's see if anything special is going to happen for the Hornets before halftime. I mean, not a lot you could think could happen with the Hornets already being down by 18. But hopefully something does. Ja Morant brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. Here is Dillon Brooks. Wants some help. Gives it to Morant. And it's stolen by Theo Maledon. Maledon going all the way. And he misses the layup. Kelly Oubre tries to get the rebound. It goes into the hands of Dillon Brooks. Here come the Grizzlies in transition. Brooks misses, and the play's still alive. The baseball pass by Maledon. No look to Kelly Oubre. That is a highlight reel play by the Hornets. The football throw by Theo Maledon, then Mason Plumlee, the behind-the-back pass to Kelly Oubre, who finishes it with the dunk. 2 minutes remaining before halftime. Morant has it for the Grizzlies. Theo Maledon defending. They double team him. Adams, hook shot, and he's got it. Steven Adams makes it an 18-point game once again. Maledon brings it up. The Grizzlies have 30 points inside the paint. Dillon Brooks tries to steal, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Kelly Oubre as he was trying to get the ball back. So now it's going to go to the Grizzlies thanks to Dillon Brooks' acting. We'll go back to that baseball pass. Mason Plumlee behind the back. And then Kelly Oubre slam. That was an outstanding play by the Hornets. They're down by 18, though, and now it could be even worse now that the Grizzlies are at the free throw line. Dillon Brooks misses the first free throw. So you don't see that a lot from a guy like Dillon Brooks, missing free throws. Theo Maledon is coming off the court for the Hornets for these final 2 minutes before we hit the half. Desmond Bane is in the game for the Grizzlies. Here comes the second free throw by Dillon Brooks. Brooks' second free throw is good. And it is a 19-point lead for the Grizzlies. 1:45 to go before halftime. Dennis Smith gives it to Mason Plumlee. Plumlee tries to give it to Washington. He cannot. Now gives it back to Dennis Smith. Washington in the corner. He drives. PJ, tough shot. Won't go. Ball goes all over the place. It goes off of a Grizzlies defender, and it's going to stay with the Hornets for the final 90 seconds of the first half. Your Charlotte Hornets trail the Memphis Grizzlies 64-45 is your score. As Kelly Oubre will inbound it. Dennis Smith standing at the top of the key, gives it to PJ Washington. Washington, 2-point jumper, in and out, and a rebound by Steven Adams. As Dillon Brooks gives it to Ja Morant. The second pick in 2019, holding the ball, gives it to Adams. Steven Adams gives it back to Ja Morant. On the drive, Morant, no-look pass under the net, rejected. Adams tries to put it back in, and it goes. And now the Grizzlies have a 21-point lead on the Hornets. Here's PJ on the drive. PJ lost the ball, no foul called, and the Grizzlies have it with 50 seconds remaining in the first half. Dillon Brooks on the drive, kicks it back out. Desmond Bane, corner three, missed it. Steven Adams' putback is just off. And here comes James Bouknight. He loses the ball, and then it goes off of Ja Morant's hands, and it hits Dennis Smith, but Dennis Smith not able to contain possession. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to remain Grizzlies basketball. As a lot just happened right there. The Grizzlies are on an 11-2 run in the past 4 minutes. Steven Adams gives it to Ja Morant. Dillon Brooks. That's a corner three, and he hits it. Dillon Brooks is having an outstanding game, and the Grizzlies are just pouring it on. 33 seconds remaining in the first half. Dennis Smith brings up the ball for your Charlotte Hornets. He gives it to Plumlee. Plumlee now gives it to Oubre. Kelly, floater, and he's got it. Kelly Oubre, the floater. And now Grizzlies only up by 22 only. Kelly Oubre has 15 points for the Hornets. He's 5 for 9 shooting, 3 for 4 at the line. As the Grizzlies are going to hold it for the final shot. No shot clock remaining. They're up 69-47. They can add on to that right here. John Morant on the drive, going over. Morant gets some space, and he easily lays it in for the quick score. And Kelly Oubre, 3 at the buzzer. He did not get it off in time. And just look at the scoreboard. Oh, man. I don't even want to say the score. Just look at the scoreboard. 71-47. The Memphis Grizzlies are absolutely owning the Charlotte Hornets. It's a 24-point lead for the Grizzlies. When we come back, we will start the Carolina Cast halftime show. The Hornets are down by 24. They've given up 71 points in the first half and have only scored 47. We'll go on break, and when we come back on the Carolina Cast, we'll have our halftime show. The Hornets down by 24 at the half, but we're going to check out the best plays, moments, and we'll check out the box score, all the stats, all those good things at halftime, as we'll be back after this. Alrighty, we are back for the Carolina Cast halftime show as your Charlotte Hornets, they're down by 24. I know. 71-47 is your score at halftime. Your Hornets trailing by 24 points and have been absolutely atrocious tonight without Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, and LaMelo Ball. So let's check out the box score for this game on the Charlotte Hornets side. First thing first, our leading scorer tonight is Kelly Oubre, who has 15 points, went 5 for 9 shooting, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc, 3 for 4 at the free throw line, and has 1 steal. And coming off the bench, we have James Bouknight, who has 8 points for the Hornets. He's 4 for 4 shooting. He's got a rebound, an assist, and a steal. Bryce McGowan's got his first points of his career where he came in only for 5 minutes, but he hit a corner 3, and he also got a steal. Dennis Smith has 6 points for the Hornets, 2 for 5 shooting, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. As Mason Plumlee has 6 rebounds for the Hornets, that's his best stat. Jalen McDaniels has not scored a single point for the, I was watching college football. Jalen McDaniels does not have a single point. It's kind of, Now what you want to see if you're in the starting lineup, Nick Richards has 4 points. He's got 4 rebounds as well. Let's check out some of the Grizzlies stats. Dylan Brooks has 18 points for Memphis. He is their leading scorer tonight. 6 for 9 shooting, 5 for 6 from beyond the arc. He's got 2 rebounds and assists to get those 18 points. Steven Adams has 13 points, 6 for 10 shooting, 16 rebounds in the first half, 4 assists and 2 steals. He had 10 offensive rebounds and 6 defensive rebounds to get 16 total rebounds. Man, it's crazy. John Morant has 12 points, 4 for 9 shooting, 1 for 2 from beyond the arc, 3 for 4 at the line. He's got 7 assists to go with that. And then coming off the bench, Tyus Jones, 4 for 6 shooting, 1 for 1 at the free throw line. He's got 2 rebounds and an assist. So, I mean, really carrying the way for the Grizzlies is Dylan Brooks, Steven Adams, and John Morant. Everyone else has just been key players to help around. And then the only guy who's actually got it going for the Hornets is Kelly Oubre. If you take out Kelly Oubre, everybody else is playing terrible. I mean, you can make a case for James Bouknight, who's got 8 points, but that's it. Everybody else is playing terrible. Let's take a look around the league. The Cleveland Cavaliers are blowing out the Detroit Pistons 112-82 with 90 seconds remaining in that game. My Miami Heat are down by 3 with 2 minutes to go to the Indiana Pacers. With 1 minute remaining, this is a very close game. The New York Knicks lead the Philadelphia 76ers 99-96 with 1:05 to go. In the final 20 seconds, the Brooklyn Nets are going to blow out the Washington Wizards 128-86. The Boston Celtics lead the Chicago Bulls 75-68 midway through the third quarter. The Spurs lead the Clippers at halftime 58-54. The Mavericks lead the Raptors by 7. The Pelicans lead the Warriors by 6. And then at 10 o'clock, 2 games at 10 o'clock, including the Bucks and Timberwolves, and also the Trailblazers and Suns game. And then at 10:30, the Jazz take on the Lakers. So that's all around the look for the NBA and the box score. We're going to go back on break as we await the start of the third quarter. Your Hornets down 71-47 is your score at halftime. You're watching live on the Carolina Cast. right, welcome back to the Carolina Cast. Your Hornets are down by 24. And on my YouTube Shorts prediction, I did say the Grizzlies were going to score 132 in this game, so that's on track. But I also said for the Hornets that they were going to get to 114. That is way off. Probably should have made that way lower. I even thought in my head 114 is too high, but I set it at 114 for the Hornets. The Grizzlies should get about like 130, 140. They're going off on offense if they keep this up. That is. And then the Hornets have to have like the biggest offensive game for that to lock in at 114. So other than my prediction and the stream, we're just talking about the Hornets now because there's nothing fun really to say on the court for Charlotte. Not having your three best guys is not fun when you have to play a team like the Memphis Grizzlies that are so talented with a bunch of young players that are actually like pretty good. I mean, I'm not saying everybody on the Hornets is bad, but like the best player on the court right now for Charlotte is Kelly Oubre. Well, you can make a case that it's PJ Washington. But like PJ Washington, Kelly Oubre, you still want your stars in the game, like LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier and Gordon and then veteran Gordon Hayward. You want those guys on the court. Terry Rozier is very underrated. LaMelo Ball, obviously the best player on the team. And then Gordon Hayward is a veteran that knows how to play with these guys. He's got good experience with the Hornets, and he's been pretty solid for Charlotte. So to not have those three guys playing is a problem for us. As we are just about ready for the start of the third quarter, your Charlotte Hornets. Can they have a bounce-back quarter? No, I doubt it. We're already down by 24. I doubt anything happens here, but if something does, we'll find out together. As hopefully the Hornets have a big bounce-back game tomorrow at the Spectrum Center when they take on the Brooklyn Nets, who will not have, obviously, their coach Steve Nash, who got fired on Tuesday. And they won't have Kyrie Irving, who got suspended yesterday. He actually just lost his Nike deal just got suspended, and his new Kyrie 8s are now being delayed after all the news and all the controversy going on with Kyrie. Well, let's check out the player comparison for this game. Kelly Oubre's got 15 points for the Hornets, and Dillon Brooks has 18 for the Grizzlies. Kelly Oubre 5 for 9 shooting. Dillon Brooks 6 for 9 shooting. Kelly Oubre is 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. And Dillon Brooks is 5 for 6 from beyond the arc. So 15 out of the 18 points from Dillon Brooks have been from beyond the arc. And then he's gotten 1 at the free throw line, and then he's got a 2-pointer as well. As here we go to start the second half. Kelly Oubre has it. The Grizzlies are showing some full court press. Kind of interesting. Dennis Smith has it for Charlotte. Smith holds it, now gives it to Oubre. Kelly Oubre gets a screen by Plumlee, kicks it out. PJ Washington, a 3, misses. Jalen McDaniels can't come down with the rebound. And Dillon Brooks has it for the Grizzlies. Desmond Bane, that's a 3, and he opens up the third quarter with a 3. And the Grizzlies are now up by 27. Desmond Bane has 7 points for the Grizzlies. He's 3 for 8 shooting, and that's his first 3-pointer of the night. PJ Washington gives it to Plumlee. Back to Washington. PJ on the drive. Plenty of room, but he misses, and a rebound by John Morant and the Grizzlies. Dillon Brooks on the drive, and shot won't go. Rebound Kelly Oubre. Dennis Smith brings up the ball for your Hornets. Smith in the corner. McDaniels fakes out the 3. Now gives it to Oubre. Kelly on the drive. Inside Plumlee. And he misses the layup, but it looks like he got fouled. So that's going to send Mason Plumlee to the free throw line for the Hornets. As for anybody wondering, I know I live in Charlotte, so I should be going to a lot of these games, right? So I'm actually going to the Panthers versus Broncos game, November 27th, as my sister is on the junior Top Cats, as Mason Plumlee misses the first free throw. And then I have my cousin from Dallas coming here Thanksgiving weekend as well. So we're most likely going to the Hornets versus 76ers game at the Spectrum Center. Hopefully we have LaMelo Ball by then. Plumlee goes 1 for 2. And hopefully that game's not a blowout. Grizzlies up 74-48 is your score, as we are through a minute in the third quarter. Steven Adams gives it to Dillon Brooks on the drive. Brooks This is a corner three, and he drills it from beyond the arc. That is Santi Aldama with the corner three, and the Grizzlies are really just pouring it on the Hornets right now. Aldama has 10 points for the Grizzlies. Oubre in trouble, goes off of Aldama's hands and out of bounds, so it's going to stay with the Hornets. So we are 90 seconds into the quarter, and the Grizzlies have already scored 6 points compared to the Hornets' 1 point. As still Hornets ball. As Kelly Oubre's at the free throw line for Charlotte. He makes the first free throw. So he can finally get the Hornets at the 50 mark with this second free throw coming up. Can Kelly Oubre put the Hornets at 50 points? The answer is yes. 77-50 is your score. Charlotte Hornets are still down by 27, as that is a near steal by Dennis Smith. But it goes out of bounds, and it's going to remain Grizzlies basketball. Desmond Bane to inbound. Gives it to Dylan Brooks. Brooks back to Bane. Desmond Bane on the drive, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Steven Adams. I'm actually kind of surprised with that. Smith on the drive. Gives it to Plumlee back out. Kelly Oubre fakes. Now he's going to drive. Gets inside the paint. Dennis Smith, he slams it down, but that is waved off too. So now it's going to go back to the Grizzlies. Desmond Bane gives it to Ja Morant. And Morant brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. Ja with plenty of time gives it to Dylan Brooks and to Steven Adams. A cutting Ja Morant who misses his second dunk of the game. No foul is called. Here come the Hornets. PJ Washington on the drive. And goes off the hands of Kelly Oubre and out of bounds. So it's going to another turnover for the Hornets, and it's going to become Grizzlies basketball. As Morant makes the catch, Ja gives it to a cutting Desmond Bane who lays it in, and the Grizzlies are almost at the 80 mark early in the third quarter. 9:30 to go in the third. Dennis Smith gives it to McDaniels. Jalen McDaniels goes off of the hands of Desmond Bane, back into McDaniels' hands, and he has his first points of the game. It's back to a 27-point lead for the Grizzlies. Adams looking for somebody. Steven Adams now gives it to Ja Morant. Morant on the drive. Ja kicks it back out. Desmond Bane, a corner three, misses, and a rebound by Steven Adams. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's a steal by Jalen McDaniels, but he goes off of his feet, and now the Grizzlies have numbers. Brooks, he dunks it down, but the play is called off. I'm not sure why, but it is. Looks like they have to reset the shot clock or something. Oh, what a catch on the sideline. Watching this college football, Boston College Duke game. This college basketball starts this Monday. I'm a big Duke Blue Devils fan for basketball. For football, it's East Carolina. As that is a near steal, and it somehow, someway ends up in the hands of Desmond Bane, and he buries a corner three. The Grizzlies now go up by 30. This is crazy. PJ Washington to inbound it for the Hornets. They're down by 30. See what happened here. So he lost the ball. Nobody knew where the ball was. And then he just lost it again. Then somehow, someone ends up in the hands of Desmond Bane, and he buries the three in the corner. This makes no sense at all. Dennis Smith gives it to Washington. PJ now to McDaniels. Jalen McDaniels back to Washington. PJ, a bad pass goes off the hands of Desmond Bane and out of bounds, so it'll remain Hornets basketball. They're down by 30 with 8:30 remaining in the third quarter. Your Charlotte Hornets look like they're about to become 3-6 on the season unless they make a miraculous comeback. Oubre gives it into Washington. Back to Kelly. Oubre on the drive. Now here's Dennis Smith going to work and lays it in. A nice play by Dennis Smith. And it's back to a 28-point lead for the Grizzlies. Dennis Smith has 8 points for Charlotte. Steven Adams. Desmond Bane fakes out, kicks it back out. Dylan Brooks, corner three. And the Memphis Grizzlies are literally just playing with the Charlotte Hornets. That is a corner three by Dylan Brooks, and a timeout is called. The Charlotte Hornets are losing by 31 points. This game is just getting worse and worse for Charlotte. Better days. Hopefully tomorrow's a better game. We'll be back after this. Your Hornets trail 85-54 is your score with 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Welcome back to the Carolina Cast. They were just showing the stats of Mark Williams, the 15th pick from the Charlotte Hornets. He got sent down to the G League to play with the Hornets G League team. In his debut with the G League, he scored 20 points, so he played pretty well in the G League. Here's Washington, floater, and it goes. PJ Washington's got the float game going, and the Hornets now have 56 points. Desmond Bane gives it to Steven Adams. Adams looking for somebody, and it gets stolen by Dennis Smith, and here come the Hornets. Smith on the drive. Dennis Smith just going to go all the way. Smith, a nice move, but it hits off the rim. Steven Adams, the baseball pass is caught by John Morant, and Morant kicks it back out. Desmond Bane misses a three. They actually missed a three-pointer. And with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, Dennis Smith gives it to Kelly Oubre. Mason Plumlee to PJ Washington. Washington's going to shoot a three of his own. Nothing but brick. And a rebound by the Grizzlies. Bane up, under, and in on the layup. And the Grizzlies are edging 90 points. And we're not even in the fourth quarter. Dennis Smith brings up the ball for the Hornets. Desmond Bane has 14 points, 6 for 13 shooting, and 2 for 5 from beyond the arc. Kelly Oubre kicks it back out. Dennis Smith, 6 on the shot clock. Oubre, top of the key 3, missed it, and a rebound by Steven Adams. He does another baseball pass that gets rejected by Kelly Oubre and is saved by the Hornets. McDaniel steps into a 3, misses, and the baseball pass won't matter. Ja Morant comes down with the rebound. So we are halfway through the third quarter. Your Charlotte Hornets trail to the Memphis Grizzlies, 87-56 is your score. Morant misses the 2-pointer. Steven Adams comes down with a rebound, and an offensive charge is called. So that's going to give Charlotte the ball back. So it won't even matter for the blowout that they're in right now. It's Hornets basketball, down by 31 with 6:11 to go in the third quarter. Desmond Bane checks out of the game for the Grizzlies. He's got 14 points tonight. So we are halfway through the third quarter. Jalen McDaniels brings up the ball for the Hornets. Mason Plumlee shows off his jump shot and he hits the 2-pointer. Don't see that a lot from a guy like Plumlee. Doesn't have the prettiest jump shot, but he's now got 7 points. And to go with that, 7 rebounds and 3 assists. Here come the Grizzlies. Goes off of a man's foot and a foul is called. As that was David Roddy, the rookie out of Colorado State. Had the ball there and got fouled. We saw the Mason. We don't see that Mason Plumlee jump shot a lot. So he doesn't have the, like I was saying, doesn't have the prettiest jump shot, but when he has to use it, he does. Ja Morant has it for the Grizzlies. Dennis Smith defending. Dylan Brooks goes off of Kelly Oubre's hands and a foul is called by Oubre. As Dylan Brooks is looking for another 3-pointer. That's what's been working for the Grizzlies all night long. It's been those threes. I think they'd rather stick to it just to run up the scoreboard at this point. Brooks has it. 2-point jumper over Kelly Oubre, and he drills it. Dylan Brooks, the 2-pointer. And the Grizzlies are a point off from hitting 90 points before the fourth quarter. Dylan Brooks has 23 points for the Grizzlies. Mason Plumlee. Kelly Oubre, that's a 3. Misses and a rebound. And here comes Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Morant going to drive. Step back 3 from the top of the key. You do not see an air ball from Ja Morant very often, but he just airballed. And the Hornets want to try and take advantage. Dennis Smith gives it to JT Thor. He takes a corner 3 and he drills it over Ja Morant. How about JT Thor with the corner 3 over Ja Morant? 89-61 is your score. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Morant on the drive. And up, under, and another air ball by Ja Morant. The play gets waved off either way. And it looks like Mason Plumlee and Dennis Smith are checking off for the Hornets. Steven Adams is checking out for the Grizzlies. So I believe it's going to be Hornets basketball. Yeah, it is. Here's Maledon. He's in the game. Gives it to Nick Richards. Back to Theo Maledon. Thought about the top of the key 3, won't take it. JT Thor steps into 3 and misses. Rebound Grizzlies. Ja Morant brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. Goes off of Nick Richards. But they're going to say that was Ja Morant. He's a little slow to get up. Ja Morant he got hit big. The play is going on. He needs to get up. McDaniels lost the ball as Dylan Brooks is at the immediately foul because Ja Morant is injured. And I would be yelling at the refs too. Somebody's down. They can't just keep the game going as Morant, he took a big hit on Nick Richards. Oh, man. I hope Morant's all right. I'm not even going to say what happened right there. Let's just say that Ja Morant got popped in the crotch area. As a timeout is taken by the Grizzlies, they're going to check on Ja Morant. When we come back, the Memphis Grizzlies lead the Charlotte Hornets. 89-61 is your score. We will be back. You're watching live on the Carolina Cast. All right, welcome back to the Carolina Cast. Kelly Oubre will inbound it for your Hornets. And we will continue this game. Oubre gets it into Theo Maledon. 4:15 remaining in the third quarter. Oubre has it. And looks like somebody stepped out of bounds. It might have been Kelly Oubre, because I guess he had the ball. We're taking a look at Jaren Jackson. He's been out for the past 4 months. Spent the entire offseason working back. He'll hopefully be on the court soon for the Grizzlies. 4 minutes to go in the third. Ja Morant is still on the court for Memphis after we saw that injury. It was not much for him. Desmond Bane goes coast to coast. He's got the float game going. It's a 30-point lead for the Grizzlies. It's an absolute blowout. Theo Maledon, a three. Missed it. Rebound, JT Thor. McDaniels on the drive. Inside to Maledon, and the play is called dead. So it looks like somebody's heading the free throw line for the Hornets. Yeah, I know you're coming for Thanksgiving. I can't wait to have you. I was telling everybody I was telling everybody that we might go to a Hornets game during Thanksgiving break, as my mom is trying to set that up. McDaniels hits the first free throw for the Hornets. So the Grizzlies do not have a 30-point lead anymore after the Jalen McDaniels free throw. And here comes the... You tell him. Yeah, go ahead, like and subscribe. If you were watching on... Actually, let me update the scoreboard real quick. Then I'll put that up. If you're watching on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe for exclusive content on the Charlotte Hornets and the Carolina Panthers. And if you are watching on Twitch, please feel free to follow us for each and every live stream of the Charlotte Hornets and the Carolina Panthers. I do not know what just happened. All I do know is that the Grizzlies hit a three. Nick Richards misses the dunk, and here come the Grizzlies in transition. Behind the back pass by Ja Morant, and Brandon Clark lays it in for the Grizzlies, and he gets fouled. That just shows you how bad Charlotte Hornets basketball is. It literally just shows you how bad Charlotte Hornets basketball is. Maybe we get to go to a game one day. I live in Charlotte, so I don't know if you do or not. But I live in Charlotte. That's why it's easier for me to go to this stuff. I don't know what that was by the Grizzlies, but it's going to send, I believe, Brandon Clark to the free throw line. This game is an absolute blowout. Okay, I got you, Ishan. So this is Clark on the trying to make it a 3-point play. Oh, you live in Memphis. Okay, you're talking about the Grizzlies. Okay, yeah, because this is a Hornets and Panthers channel on here. So, okay, I see what you're... Hey, and if you are... I know you're a Grizzlies fan, but feel free to subscribe for exclusive content of the Charlotte Hornets and the Carolina Panthers, as we do all the live streams of their games, and we do a lot of content and shorts. So please feel free to subscribe. We are on the road to 300 subscribers. We are trying to get there before the end of November. So please feel free to subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. As Brandon Clark hits the free throw, and the Grizzlies now have a 97-63 lead. JT Thor gives it to Maladon. Under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. JT Thor on the drive, 5 on the shot clock, and something is called on the Hornets, so now it's going to go back to the Grizzlies. As it looks like JT Thor just traveled. That is not a good move by the Hornets. I mean, this game is an absolute blowout, so I'm not even... Oh, okay, you're a Hornets fan. All right. Well, please feel free to subscribe so you can join the Carolina Cast Club, as there is a dunk alley-oop by the Grizzlies. This game is turning into an absolute blowout. What are you laughing about? We have a better record than the... Matthew, we have a better record than the Warriors. If that tells you anything. As we're going to stay on here because I want to fight in the chat. Yeah, I understand that we're getting blown out right now, but we have a better record than the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, the Panthers are really bad. We're 2-6. We're tanking to get a good quarterback in the draft, though. Matthew, we literally beat the Warriors. We own you. We own the Warriors. We literally beat them this season. And you can't be saying anything when we literally have a better record. Like, I know we're about to be 3-6, but who do the Warriors... You guys are literally losing to the New Orleans Pelicans, so you can't be talking. You literally just cannot be talking. Okay, Matthew. It's 2:30 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a look around the leagues. First, starting with Matthew's Warriors. They're losing by 7 to the Pelicans. So if they do lose this game, which we know the Hornets have already lost, but if the Warriors do lose this game, then the Warriors will still have a worse record than the Hornets. So that'll keep all the... And the Warriors would be 3-7 if they lose this game. Just no excuses. They're trying to contend. The Hornets are not. Maladon on the drive. Gives it to James Bouknight. He's going to drive inside. Nick Richards and lost the ball and is barely saved by the Grizzlies. No, he did not save it. He stepped out of bounds, so it's going to stay with the Hornets. It is not a turnover. So it's going to remain Hornets basketball. 2:30 to go in the third quarter. Maladon gets it in. JT Thor tries to go to work on Desmond Bane. 5 on the shot clock. JT Thor loses the ball, and it's Grizzlies basketball. Brandon Clark gives it back to Desmond Bane. Kicks it back out. Tyus Jones misses the 3 in a rebound by PJ Washington. Here come the Hornets in transition. Theo Maladon. James Bouknight. A fake by JT Thor. Inside. Everybody's touching the ball. Nick Richards tries to finish, but he gets fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line. So he can try and get points at the line. So the Hornets, I mean, they've already dropped this game. So let's go ahead and look big picture here. The Hornets are about to fall to 3-6. They're taking on the Brooklyn Nets tomorrow night at the Spectrum Center. Still don't expect to see LaMelo Ball or Terry Rozier. I don't know about Gordon Hayward either, as Nick Richards misses the first free throw. So we remain as the same score. As, yes, this is a dare I made with my cousin Ishan. If we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to eat the one chip challenge on stream. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, okay? I've already agreed to it. Nick Richards hits the second free throw. So y'all, to take a moment to look at this. If we reach 1,000 subscribers, I will eat the one chip challenge on here. So please help me get there so you can watch my suffering pain, because I think that'd be funny. I don't know. Do what you want to. But if you want to watch me eat the one chip challenge, please subscribe, as we are on the road to 1K. For now, the milestone is to hit 300 subscribers before... We're trying to hit 300 subscribers before the end of November. We were able to hit 200 before the end of October. Can we hit 300 before the end of November? Because if I check the subscriber count, we are at 223. As whoever just subscribed, I appreciate you. We are 77 subscribers away from 300. Thank you so much, Ariza, for joining the Carolina Cast fan base. We appreciate every single subscriber here on the Carolina Cast. James Booknight, he's got the float game going. And the Hornets are just trying to climb back as much as they can. We just want the scoreboard to look a little bit better. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It was a dare, and I agreed to it. Well, it wasn't a dare. It was just you wanted me to do something, and I agreed to it. Grizzlies score once again. So it's 104-66. We have 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Booknight, jumper missed it. Putback, Booknight misses it again. Nick Richards misses it again. 35 seconds. James Booknight gives it to P.J. Washington. He steps into a three, and he drills it. P.J. Washington from beyond the arc, as the Hornets are just trying to make the scoreboard look a little better. There's a 5-second differential with the shot clock and the game clock. It's just barely, probably 5.8 seconds or something like that. Tyus Jones tries to give it back to Desmond Bane. He does. 3 on the shot clock. Bane kicks it in the corner. Clock stops with 8.6 seconds as a foul is called. A foul will be called. As I'm going to put this back up here. Once again, if we hit 1,000 subscribers, then I will eat the one chip challenge live on stream. Or I might just make a video and do it. And we are climbing in subscribers. We just hit another subscriber. We are at 224 as we are 76 away from 300. But it is now the end of the third quarter from the FedEx Forum. Your Charlotte Hornets, they just need to get through one more quarter after this disastrous game in Memphis. Hopefully they can come to play tomorrow night. We are at the 2-hour mark in the stream. As we go to the end of the third quarter, the Memphis Grizzlies lead the Charlotte Hornets. 104-69 is the score. We will go on commercial break. All right, welcome back to the Carolina Cast. Now I wanted to bring up something. The Carolina Cast, if you are a Hornets fan, and even if you're not even a Charlotte sports fan at all, we are hiring. We want some people to be a part of the Carolina Cast as well. I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to take the spotlight here. I have created this channel with my partner Sam, who's not here tonight, but he will be back soon. I think he'll broadcast the Sunday game with us, the Panthers game. But this is Sam and I's channel, but we are asking for some help in like the backstage and things like that. So if you want to be part of the Carolina Cast work, please DM me on Discord and we can get you as a member, the Carolina Cast. Without further ado, we are back for the fourth quarter of this horrific game for the Charlotte Hornets. And he's got to get past these final 12 minutes as the Grizzlies just scored. So it's 106-69. The scoreboard is just hard to look at. PJ Washington on the putback. He misses it. And he's going to go to the free throw line. As the Charlotte Hornets brought their F- game today. They just look awful. If anybody wondering who won some of the games today, Miami Heat fell. They lost by 2 to the Pacers. And the Knicks beat the Sixers by 2. As the first free throw by PJ Washington is good. He gets the Hornets in the 70 mark. Man, I wish I could change the scoreboard so bad and just say the Hornets are in contention to win this game. Washington misses the second free throw, and Tyus Jones brings it up for the Grizzlies. Tyus Jones. Brandon Clark now on the drive for the Grizzlies. Aldama in trouble, and now they have to give it away. So it's going to be Hornets basketball once again. Dennis Smith on the drive, back to Nick Richards, goes up with it, and it's stolen. Here come the Grizzlies in transition. Up ahead, Aldama cannot finish with the dunk. It goes off of PJ Washington, and it's going to stay with the Grizzlies with 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So now here comes the inbound pass by the Grizzlies. They're winning this game by 36. Tyus Jones gives it in. Brandon Clark trying to give it to Tyus Jones, and he does. 7 on the shot clock. Grizzlies moving the ball around. Aldama gets free, and he lays it in for Memphis. And that just makes the scoreboard look even worse. Dennis Smith fakes out, kicks it back out. PJ Washington, top of the key three is nothing but brick. And a rebound. Tyus Jones gives it up. Brandon Clark inside the paint and lays it in. Man, the scoreboard is just so hard to look at. It is embarrassing to be a Charlotte Hornets fan right now. As a timeout taken, the Grizzlies are up by 40 points. This is atrocious, man. Hornets locker room is going to be dead silent after this game. We're going to go on commercial break, and when we come back, we're just going to finish off this game. The Hornets are losing by 40. Nothing fun happening in this game. We'll be back after this. You're watching live on the Carolina Cast. I'd rather keep this up in the scoreboard. What's up, Boston? How are you tonight? I don't even want to show the scoreboard. I mean, when you don't have guys like Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, and LaMelo Ball on the court, I don't know what you're supposed to do. I don't think the scoreboard's real. How can you... How? Only the Charlotte Hornets, man. Only the Charlotte Hornets. James Bouknight has 10 points tonight for Charlotte, 5 for 7 shooting. He's got 3 rebounds and 2 assists to go with it. It's not what you want to see. It's definitely not what you want to see. Kelly Oubre has not been able to get the job done as... I mean, Oubre hasn't played bad. He's got 17 points. Just everybody else other than PJ Washington decided to try tonight. Or decided not to try tonight. Terrible. I'm disappointed in this team. Bryce McGowan's on the drive and misses the layup and a rebound for the Grizzlies. We have to watch. Honestly, y'all, should I even... Okay, comment section, let me know. Should I even commentate the game anymore? I mean, we're losing by 40 points. Who thinks I should commentate the rest of this game? We're losing by 40 points. I mean, I can just talk about the next Hornets game, or I can talk about the Panthers game on Sunday. But, like, we're losing by 40, and it's a bunch of garbage time. Nick Richards just made a big dunk. Okay, so it's 38-point lead for the Grizzlies. Update the scoreboard. Like a 38-point lead. Drive and rejection by Nick. Okay, Nick Richards decided to play good now. Rejection by Nick Richards. Oh, they called it a goaltend. Of course they did. Of course they called it a goaltend. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? They're really bad. They are really bad. We suck. And we don't even have a first-round pick to get Victor Wembanyama, so I don't know what this team's going to do. James Bouknight lays it in for Charlotte. And, I mean, it doesn't even make a dent in the scoreboard. Three-pointer in the corner is good by the Grizzlies. I'm just updating the scoreboard. I just feel like the points are going up so much for Memphis. As foul, Nick Richards would go to the free throw line. Yeah, I mean, we want the young guys to get something going. That's why we've put guys like JT Thor and PJ Washington and JT Thor and Bryce McGowan's in the game. But the problem for us is that we didn't have our 3 best players tonight. Gordon Hayward, LaMelo Ball, and Terry Rozier all out with injuries. We have to rely on Kelly Oubre and PJ Washington to absolutely carry us against the Memphis Grizzlies, who have one of the best teams in the NBA, one of the best offenses in the NBA, and the Hornets defense is atrocious. That is beyond the point. The atrocious Hornets defense without the 3 best players. And then we have to overcome a bunch of guys like Nick Richards, who don't, and like a bunch of Hornets players that for some reason are still on the team. So it's hard for us right now. And the worst thing for the Hornets is even if we're trying to tank, Charlotte does not have a first-round pick, so we have a 0% chance of getting Victor Wembanyama if we don't make a trade. Because we can't even draft Wembanyama because we don't have a first-round pick. So unless we make a trade with a team, and it's an unprotected pick trade, so we can, I mean, wherever the status of the team goes, then we can make a trade, but can't do anything other than that. Yeah, I know. She's obsessed with LaMelo Ball. Yeah, I get it, because I know you just said you were from Memphis, but go Hornets. 3 in the corner is drilled by Memphis. That's John Concar, third-year guy out of Purdue. Oh, man, this sucks. JT Thor on the drive, and he lays it in. Nice play by JT Thor, the Euro step. And the Hornets are now down by 40. Pretty good. As JT Thor brings up the ball for Charlotte. Under 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Thor lost it, got it back. Gives it to Bryce McGowan's. McGowan's defended at the top of the key. 9 on the shot clock. McGowan step back 3, misses, and a rebound by the Grizzlies. So what is up, Octavius? I feel like you're new here. Feel free to subscribe as we are on the road to 300 subscribers before the end of November. We hit 200 before the end of October. We are sitting at 224 right now. As we're going to stay on here. There's no point of taking a commercial break. The Hornets are down by 40. There's a lot of bad stuff going up in Charlotte. Okay, chat, I have a question for you. Is this the worst time in Charlotte professional sports history? Is this the worst time ever in Charlotte professional sports history? Because first of all, the Hornets are terrible and they don't have their first round pick for the upcoming draft. So unless they make a trade, they have a 0% chance of getting Victor Wembanyama. And then for the Panthers, in my opinion, I think they're the worst team in the NFL. Our offense is dead last. And then our defense is the only thing that keeps us in games. It's our defense. That's the only reason we're in games. I mean, obviously that wasn't the case for last week's game against the Falcons. That was just a great game. And I don't understand why we're trying to win games. I think the only reason Steve Wilkes went out last Sunday and put PJ Walker in, made PJ Walker throw the ball over 30 times, is because if the Panthers won that game, not only would they have been 3-5 and still a bad team, they would have been on top of the NFC South. So, I mean, I like that Steve Wilkes took the shot, but I think now he knows. 2-6, about to take on the Cincinnati Bengals, the former team that was representing the AFC for the Super Bowl last year. I think they just know. As LaMelo Ball is hosting a commercial right now for the NBA app. Be nice to see him on the court, you know. Oh, well, happy delayed birthday. But, yeah. I mean, if you're a Hornets fan, I get it. This would not be a game you'd want to be at. I mean, it would be kind of cool just for the thrill, get to see John Morant ball out. It's not fun when you watch the Hornets score. And it's not fun for me, man. I want to stream good games for y'all. And it's so sad. I feel like all these streams would be so much better if the games were good. The best game that we've had in Carolina Cast history was this previous Sunday when we had that 4-hour stream of the Falcons-Panthers game. That was insane. That was hands down the best stream we've ever had so far. There'll be better ones, you know, when hopefully Charlotte sports is good again. I don't know when that's going to be. It could be 2023, could be 2042. I don't know. I don't know when we're going to be good again at this point. Just feels like we keep putting ourselves in a never-ending cycle of bust in the first round. Now we don't even have a first-round pick, so we don't have an opportunity to get Victor Wembanyama. And then the Panthers, even if we draft, and then the Panthers just been switching quarterbacks every year. We finally fired our head coach, but I don't know if that's going to fix all the problems. As Kai Jones is in the game for the Charlotte Hornets, this is his first time stepping on the court. Steve Clifford's just giving the guys some playing time. They're actually going to get a lot of time, though. There's 7:15 to go in the fourth quarter. I mean, the game's over. That's why these guys are going to get a lot of time now. But, there's 7:15, so they're going to get a lot of game time. That's good for them. Free throw is missed, and he tries to shoot it again. He misses it again. This is the second free throw for David Roddy, rookie out of Colorado State. I'm not going to even say what the stat is that they pulled up was about weight. Roddy goes 1 for 2 at the line. Makes it 119-78. So the Hornets have a 41-point lead. JT Thor fakes the 3. On the drive, in trouble. 2-point jumper. That is an air ball and a rebound by the Grizzlies. Roddy, top of the key 3. Missed it. Rebound, JT Thor. James Bouknight brings up the ball for Charlotte. Under 7 minutes to go. Bouknight gives it to Thor. JT Thor lays it in. He makes up for the air ball. And the Hornets now hit the 80-point mark. late in the fourth quarter. Here is a three for the Grizzlies. That's off the mark. Rebound, Theo Maledon. We are halfway through the fourth quarter as the Hornets is trying to get out of this misery. That is stolen. And here comes the man. And there's a dunk by the Grizzlies. So that is Kennedy Chandler, the rookie out of Tennessee, with the dunk. 121-80 is your score. Doesn't even sound like a right score, man. Under 6 minutes to go. Chandler trying to get past Kai Jones, kicks it back out. That's Roddy. That's a top of the key three, and he drills it. As the Memphis scoreboard just keeps moving up and up. I can't say the same for the Charlotte Hornets. Maledon has it. David Roddy has 9 points. He's got 3 shots from beyond the arc. Maledon, float game, and it goes. Theo Maledon over 2 defenders. 5:30 to go in the fourth quarter. And your Charlotte Hornets just want to end this game and play again tomorrow night against the Brooklyn Nets, who don't have Steve Nash anymore, and they don't have Kyrie, who was suspended this Thursday. 3 is off the mark for the Grizzlies. They get their own rebound. So here's Jake. Back to Jake, trying to get past Bryce McGowan. He does it with ease and dunks it down. It just doesn't look like these Hornets bench warmers. I mean, this is their chance to prove to Steve Clifford that they can move up in the lineup and they can get more playing time. They got to go all in. This is their chance. McGowan gets fouled, and he gets the shot to go. A trick play by Bryce McGowan, and he's going to go to the free throw line for the and one shot. As McGowan had his first career points earlier in this game when he hit a 3 in the corner. As he's trying to go for another 3-point play, and Bryce McGowan is able to do so. He's got 6 points in this game. 126-85 is your score. Under 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Kennedy Chandler gives it to Jake. Bryce McGowan's defending. Jake, he now gives it up. This is Roddy on the drive, and it is nearly stolen by Kai Jones. The Grizzlies get it back. Jake on the drive, 3 on the shot clock. Got to go up with it, and a foul is called on Kai Jones. And this is not the best stat line for him, but Kai Jones has more fouls than points as of right now. As this is going to send Jake to the free throw line for the Grizzlies. 126-85 is the score. It's an absolute blowout. And I know I just had some Warriors fans come in here. Well, guess what? The Warriors are... Oh, they're beating the Pelicans by 1. I want the Pelicans to win just for the Warriors fans to be quiet. It is disappointing. See, you can't blame the players that are injured, but I'm disappointed in the guys who... Okay. Raise your hand if you thought we were going to lose. Yes, we knew we were going to lose this game, most likely. It could have at least been a 10-point game. Like, it didn't have to be like 128-85 like it is right now. As McGowan gets fouled and he's going to go to the free throw line. Bryce McGowan is trying to add points to his stat line. It didn't have to be 128-85, and where the Charlotte Hornets gave up 71 points in the first half and only scored 47. Like, nobody on the Charlotte Hornets bench wants to watch this game right now. So McGowan makes the first free throw. All the Charlotte Hornets are trying to do is just make the scoreboard look a little better. My prediction was the Grizzlies to win this game 132-114. As I'm way off on the Hornets scoring, but I'm literally right on the money as of right now for the Grizzlies. Here come the Grizzlies on the drive, trying to go over Kai Jones, and it's stolen by Kai Jones. Here come the Hornets. Jones gives it to JT Thor. On the drive, Thor gets fouled, and JT Thor is going to the free throw line for the Hornets. 4 minutes on the dot remaining in the fourth quarter. And let's take a look at David Roddy. This is JT Thor at the free throw line. Mine is going great. How's your going? Hope your day's going good too. I know it's already 10:14 p.m. Eastern time. I know for you it's 9:14. I hope your day's going good too. I mean, it's not going very well for the Charlotte Hornets. JT Thor, he goes 2 for 2 at the line. No, 1 for 2. I didn't see. 128 to 88. No, he went 2 for 2. It was just he had 86 points before. Okay. Chandler, he gives it back, and a rejection by Kai Jones. Here come the Hornets. Theo Maledon up ahead. JT Thor, he gets rejected, but he get his own rebound. Thor missed it, and a rebound by Jake. Kai Jones fighting for the loose ball, but here comes Kennedy Chandler. Puts it up ahead. David Roddy, and he lays it in for the Grizzlies, as they have now hit the 130 mark with 3:19 to go in the third quarter. 3:10 to go in the fourth. McGowan's gives it to Kai Jones. Back to McGowan's. Bryce McGowan's going to go on the drive, and a foul is called. And it looks like this is going to send Bryce McGowan's to the free throw line once again. As at this point, the Hornets are just getting easy amount of time at the line. But it won't matter for the blowout that they're in right now. 3:04 to go in the fourth quarter. Bryce McGowan's nails the first free throw. It's all smiles on the Grizzlies bench. So yeah, I'm streaming everything on the Carolina Cast is streamed on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So yeah, go check out our Twitch channel as well. 130 to 90 is your score after Bryce McGowan's goes 2 for 2 at the line. Under 3 minutes to go in this game, Kennedy Chandler, defended by Theo Maledon. As everybody is leaving in the stadium right now, I would have been gone by the third quarter. David Roddy, a 3, misses, and a rebound by Bryce McGowan's, but he lost it. Grizzlies. Oh, what a rejection by Kai Jones. He's trying to move up in the lineup. JT Thor, corner 3. He's also trying to move up. He hits a corner 3. That is pure Hornets basketball. I would have liked to have seen that earlier when it was actually close, when the game actually started, when it was 0-0. Kai Jones is playing outstanding defense for the Hornets. Here comes a cutting Kennedy Chandler. He lost the ball, and here come the Hornets again. 2:10 to go in this game. Bouknight, step back 2, and he drills it. James Bouknight with the big move. He makes a guy get off him, and he hits the 2-pointer. 130 to 95. Looks like the Hornets could make the 100-point mark. They're not going to get to 114 like my prediction was. That was kind of too high, saying 114. Here's Jake on the drive. Gives it to Chandler. Kennedy Chandler. Back to Jake. He puts up the 3. That's an air ball and a rebound by James Bouknight. Up ahead, Theo Maledon, and he gets rejected at the rim, but a goaltend is called, so that's going to be 2 points for Charlotte, making it 130 to 97. 90 seconds remaining in this game. Kennedy Chandler brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. Theo Maledon defending as the Grizzlies are just trying to chew the clock in this game and improve to 6-3 on the season, while the Hornets are about to fall to 3-6. Up ahead, Chandler's shot not able to go. A rebound for the Hornets, and here they come. Maledon gives it up. McGowan's on the drive. Makes a move, and the dunk by Bryce McGowan's. And the Hornets are on the cusp of triple digits. 130 to 99 is your score. The final 60 seconds of the game have arrived. Kennedy Chandler just taking the time down. It's a screen. Chandler on the drive, and a rejection by Kai Jones. He's had so many blocks while he's been on the court. Jones up ahead with it. Kai Jones all the way to the rim, but he left it short, and no foul was called, and the Grizzlies are just going to bring up the ball. Chandler holds it once again, as the Grizzlies are just going to take the time off. Time is running. 5 on the shot clock, and it looks like the Grizzlies are going to take the shot clock violation with 17.3 seconds. The final 17 seconds. I mean, we might do like a watch party or something, but I doubt it. I doubt we'll do a watch party. Theo Maladon holds on to it, and that is game. The Charlotte Hornets have the worst, and when I mean worst, I mean the worst performance of the season so far, as they get absolutely vanquished by the Memphis Grizzlies. 130-99 is your final score from the FedEx Forum. The Grizzlies with the 31-point win. As we are going to go on commercial break, and when we come back, we are going to have the Carolina Cast postgame show. You are watching live on the Carolina Cast. Stay tuned for the postgame show. Your Hornets lost, but we're going to get through all the stats of this game, and then we're going to send you off from Memphis. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the Carolina Cast as we are here for the live post-game show. Here we go. We're going to check out the box score for today's game. The leading scorer for the Charlotte Hornets was Kelly Oubre, who had 17 points, went 5 for 12 shooting, 2 for 5 from beyond the arc, a rebound and an assist. He also had 2 steals to go with that. Second for the Hornets in points was James Bouknight, who had 14 points, 7 for 10 shooting. He had 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Bryce McGowens went 3 for 5 shooting, a rebound, an assist, and a steal to get 12 points. PJ Washington, 2 for 15 shooting, 1 for 7 from beyond the arc, 5 for 6 at the free throw line, 4 rebounds, had 2 defensive, 2 offensive. Dennis Smith went 3 for 7 shooting, 1 for 2 from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. And what else happened in this game? JT Thor, 4 for 12 shooting, 2 for 5 from beyond the arc, had 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Let's check it out for the Memphis Grizzlies. Dylan Brooks had 23 points for the Grizzlies, 8 for 12 shooting, 6 for 7 from beyond the arc, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Aldama went 5 for 9 shooting, 5 rebounds, an assist, and a steal to get 12 points. Steven Adams had 13 points, 6 for 10 shooting, 19 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. That is insane. The 19 rebounds part is insane. Desmond Bane had 19 points, 8 for 16 shooting, 3 for 7 from beyond the arc, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Brandon Clark went 4 for 7 shooting, 2 rebounds, 2 assists to get 13 points. Tyus Jones and David Roddy both had 11 points as well. And that is just about it. The Charlotte Hornets just they were nowhere close to their A game or B game or C game. The Charlotte Hornets today were on their F- game, and it really showed in today's loss. So your Charlotte Hornets are officially 3-6 after they fall to the Memphis Grizzlies to get vanquished by the Memphis Grizzlies. 130-99 is your final score from the FedEx Forum. As we're about to send it off until then, I will have to say, if you are watching on YouTube right now, please feel free to subscribe, as on the YouTube channel, we have exclusive content on the Carolina Panthers and the Charlotte Hornets. And if you're watching on Twitch, please feel free to follow us for each and every live stream of the Carolina Panthers and the Charlotte Hornets. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, your Charlotte Hornets are heading back to the Spectrum Center, and they are hosting the Brooklyn Nets. As I am unsure if that game will be streamed or not, I will have a community post if it will not. And if it will, you guys will see in upcoming live streams as of tomorrow. But we'll find that out very soon. Hopefully, we are streaming tomorrow night. But if we not, we're just going to do community posts. And then obviously, I'm going to make my short at the end. But that is it from tonight from the FedEx Forum. Your Charlotte Hornets are now 3-6 after a devastating loss on the road to the Grizzlies. 130-99 is your final score. The Hornets look to bounce back tomorrow night against the Brooklyn Nets. And that is about it. Thank you all for watching. I'm Krish Verma, and we say so long from the FedEx Forum as the Hornets looking for a better game tomorrow against the Brooklyn Nets. Stay tuned for that. We'll either have a stream or we don't, or the community post and shorts. We say so long from Memphis, Tennessee.